Hello guys, Belle here. Going to give you a little walkthrough of your Marksmanship Hunter and what this is going to look like in Legion for your honor talents for PvP. This isn't going to be a guide video because I am waiting to do the PvP guides until Legion is live, just because there's so much change. I want to make sure they're as accurate for you hunters as possible. This is just a preview so that you guys can see the different talent options that you will be able to leverage throughout your PvP seasons in Legion. If you need more information on PvP in general in Legion, such as how to prestige, what it looks like, an example, what you get from it, your honor levels, and how you acquire gear, I did do a nice breakdown video of Legion PvP, which you can click the top right hand corner here and watch after this video so that you can make sure you're informed and powered with that information to know how you want to move forward with PvP in Legion. Your talents are going to be unlocked by gaining honor levels. They do unlock incrementally, so you'll just have to work through unlocking them. Your first column is actually how you unlock first. You start at the top and you'll work your way down. Then you'll move to the second column, then the third column. What I appreciate about Blizzard doing this is that you actually, by the time you're honor level either 10 or 15, I'm pretty sure it's 10, you'll have access to at least one talent in each column, which is really nice that they did that. Your first set of talents here is going to be the same for all classes and specs. These are going to be your CC Breaker defensives, and this is going to be the same for every class and spec at this first row. Now, your first one, which is going to be the one you get at level 110, which is your Gladiator's Medallion. This is your 2-minute cooldown instant trinket. So, removes all movement and parrying effects and all effects which cause loss of control to your character while you are in PvP combat. This is going to be your on use. This is your usable, and this is going to be really important, especially for arenas. Adaptation, this is passive. All loss of control effects with a duration of 5 seconds or more will activate your Honorable Medallion spell, but only causes it to incur a 60-second cooldown versus the 2-minute. Relentless does replace the Honorable Medallion, and it is passive. Duration of incoming crowd control effects is reduced by 25%. Now, I want to tell you that I did test the Relentless on my Destruction Warlock, because in Battlegrounds, my Destruction Warlock is always CC'd a ton, and that's because of my Fear and Chaos Bolt. So I did find this to be really useful in Battlegrounds. For arenas, of course, you want to stick with your medallion. The reason being is you want to be able to control when you could use that trinket, because it's really important that you pull yourself out of CC at that perfect time when it could mean the win or loss for an arena. However, with Battlegrounds, there's so much CC that happens. I find that you don't really get as much use out of your trinket in a Battleground as you would Relentless, because this actually reduces the duration of all crowd control by 25%, which is actually a lot. And in testing, I did feel like I was CC'd less, and I did appreciate it. So moving forward in Legion for my RBG team, I will be using Relentless in most maps. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right, so I don't really want a bunch of comments telling me how wrong I am. This is really just me giving you guys different options of ways you can leverage this first set, because this goes true for all classes. But it is good word, and I want you guys to make sure you test it out and decide what you feel is going to be best. For your second set here, you do have Quick Shots. This is passive, increases haste by 6%. You also have Initiation. This is passive. Critical strike chance of your damaging abilities and attacks increase by 30% on targets on or above 80% health. You also have Focus Fire. This is passive. Damage increased by 15%. Being attacked will cancel this effect for 8 seconds. Your next set here is going to be Dragon Scale. This is passive. Magical damage over time effects deal 20% less damage to you. Your Cat-like reflexes, this is passive. Critical melee strikes grant you 30% dodge for 4 seconds. And then, of course, you have Survival Tactics. This is passive. Feign Death removes all harmful magical effects and reduces the damage taken by 99% for 1.5 seconds. For your next row, you have Viper Sting. This is passive. Your aim shot stings the target, reducing their healing done by 30% for 12 seconds. Viper Sting is removed if the target casts a non-instant cast healing spell. So a kick would be opportune when you've used your Viper Sting. Scorpid Sting is passive. Your aim shot stings the target, reducing their physical critical strike chance by 50% for a full 6 seconds. And then last but not least in this row, you have Spider Sting. This has a 44-yard range. It's instant. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. Stings the target with potent spider venom for 5 seconds, causing their next offensive spell cast to silence the target for 4 seconds. In your next row, you have TNT. This is passive, reduces the cooldown of bursting shot by 10 seconds. Scatter Shot is a 22-yard range. It's instant. It's on a 20-second cooldown. A short range shot that deals 35% weapon damage removes all harmful damage over time effects, and disorients the target for 4 seconds. Any damage caused will remove the effect, turns off your attack when used. So it's really important to note if you're using this for your teammates. So callouts are going to be needed here so that they don't damage that target and cancel that effect. Freezing arrow, which is a small 1.82 second cast time. It's a cast time. It's not as bad as, say, the Chaos Bolt that's almost a 3-second cast time. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Fires a frozen arrow, incapacitating the target and all nearby enemies within 6 yards of that specific target for 8 seconds. It's also important to note that any damage will cause the ice to break, so you also want to make sure that you make that call out if you're choosing this talent so that your teammates are aware. Your last shot here is going to be True Shot Mastery. This is passive, reduces the cooldown of True Shot by 30 seconds, and True Shot also restores 100% focus. Spray and Pray, this is passive. Dealing damage with Bursting Shot now grants Bombardment. Bombardment now also reduces the global cooldown of Multi-Shot by 0.5 seconds. And last but certainly not least, you have Sniper Shot. This is going to cost you 50 focus. It's got a huge cast time of 2.8 seconds, and it's on a 6-second cooldown. Take a sniper stance, firing a well-aimed shot, dealing 161k physical damage. Increase the range of all shots by 40% for 10 seconds. So this is really, really huge, which I assume is why it has such a long cast time, and it does take quite a bit of focus, but I feel like that'll probably be something that a couple of you will probably enjoy using. So there you have all your PvP talents. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the video, and if I don't know the answer, as always, I will make sure that I find the answer for you. I also want to make sure that you guys know that this is beta, so a lot can change between now and live. So if there's something you don't like, take to the forums. Hopefully they can fix it, but just don't freak out over anything that you may or may not have seen for these talents, because everything is always subject to change. If you're new to PWNCAST, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on all the Legion coverage that we've done. I've done a lot of videos here and will continue to do them past Legion once it's live for guides for PvP and PvE. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.